You're not going to be able to take 1 cycle or 2 cycles and look like Chris Bumstead in a few years. You're not going to look like a fitness model immediately. You're not going to become ultra shredded. You're not going to become the next Tristyn Lee just because you go on a little bit of gear. It doesn't work that way. So if nothing else, I can respect this guy for showing that this is what a lot of people that do PEDs in the average gym, these are the results that they get. Chest up, shoulders back. Welcome to Revival Fitness, everybody, your home for gains and brains. And today, guys, we're going to react to something a few people have asked me to cover. I would say it's much more common than a lot of you guys might realize. A guy who went on PEDs and has been public about it, that's really the most surprising thing. His first day in the gym. And we're going to look at his profile, and he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff posted. He might end up taking this page down because, assuming he's being honest, like his name and face and everything are tied to this. So in terms of publicity and future job prospects, this probably isn't the best idea. And before we start, I just want to say one thing, because I'm sure plenty of other people are making this similar type of video. You know exactly how it's going to go. Oh, he should have stayed natural. And they're going to sit there and thump their chest and just say natural, natural, natural for 20 minutes and all that stuff, right? Obviously, this is not something you should be doing, guys. This can serve as an example of what not to do. But I at least can respect him for being transparent about it, assuming that he is. Assuming this isn't just some big scheme to get attention, which it very well could be. Alright, so his bio says, 20 years old, started needle, my first day in the gym to see what would happen, pre-workout hater. Kind of surprising. It seems like the pre-workout guys would be the ones most inclined to do this. Before we start here, I'm going to click on his following list. I just want to see one thing. There's one person I have in mind of who he more than likely is following. Oh, there he is. Shocker. So let's start with his first post here. This is still a pretty new account. This is from April 28th. Oh, we see right there, hashtag Schmucky the Clown. He says, 4 months on juice, my back is becoming irreparable. This is brutal. This guy's back is pepperoni pizza to the max right here. I don't know what it's like to have acne to that level. And I would think most dudes that even take PEDs would not get this level of side effect. This seems like something that's more in the extreme case. How you would exactly resolve this, I would assume it has to be an over-the-counter medication. What's the one they always talk about? Is it accutane? If your back is this covered in acne, first of all, would the gains even be worth it? Probably not. We're going to talk about the speed of the gains here in a little bit. But putting on clothes must be painful. Like, lying down on a bench, can you imagine just bench pressing and putting your back on a bench, how much that would hurt? It probably starts to pop open and bleed all the time, too. Oh my goodness. Give him credit, his delts are pretty capped for his experience, so I guess the gear is working. Okay, here's a picture in the mirror. Since, I think he made since, taking PEDs, my shoulders, traps, and lats have started growing significantly faster than... Oh, he has no grammar. Than everything else. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about here, guys. We're going to go into this as we see more pictures. These are basically noob gains he's making. Keep in mind, though, this is nothing extravagant. And this is a good example, though. I talk about on this channel, a lot of normies especially think that, even dudes in gym culture who think they're kind of above the normie thing, they think that taking 1 cycle gives you crazy results. They think that doing 1, 2, 3 cycles turns people into IFBB pros. That's not how this works, guys. Maybe in very, very rare examples that's how it goes, but you need to be top-end genetics for that to happen.
But I'm a genetic freak, and I'm not normal!
The vast majority of people in commercial gyms that take PEDs, guys, you would never know based on looking at them that they take PEDs. Because they don't train well, they don't eat well, they don't do any of the outside factors well. That's another thing, right? Because people always say, oh, well, you can tell someone's juicing for sure if you look at the traps or the delts or this or that. In certain instances, guys, you're talking like professional bodybuilders and some fitness models, it's obvious that they're taking something. But you cannot look at somebody and just say based on one single body part, right? Like, oh, well, he has huge traps, he has to be juicing. There's some pro bodybuilders, guys, that don't have outlandishly big traps. So there's so much elementary school level logic when it comes to these type of conversations. This is why I hate natty or not in general. You should just assume for the most part that everybody's taking something, especially the ones that just thump their chest about how natural they are. Lifetime natural, lifetime natural. The more somebody says it, the more it Wink wink, has to be true. Alright, next photo here. He says before, 150 pounds versus 180 pounds in 4 months. Don't do what I do. Kind of skinny fat-ish, I guess you could classify that physique. Longer type of arms, a skinny dude. Kind of has a little pudge in his belly, no chest definition. So this is kind of peak novice. This is the physique of a guy that ends up finding my channel after a number of months of watching like Athlean X and or Greg Doucette. Or maybe Kinabody.
A lot of people are accusing me of lying about my weight, saying that I'm not 180 pounds. Well, here's your proof. This isn't the best way to show this probably. If you have a better idea, please DM me. What these people don't realize is that height has a big part to play. This is my brother at 170 pounds and 6 foot tall. This is me at 180 pounds at 6'3".
This type of progress in 4 months, I don't think most guys are going to do that. But what we're looking at here, this is basic novice gains. I think most of you guys with good training and eating, which I didn't have whenever I started, which is why I made this channel to make you guys not waste the amount of time that I did, you could probably do this in roughly a year or so, maybe a little bit less depending on your genes. It's very hard to extrapolate this per person. I mean, it's not even possible to do that because there's so much individual variance, but this is not something that you need PEDs to do. And I think he knows that, which I guess is the silver lining here. He knows this is ultimately stupid. He's not saying to do this. This is another really blurry picture. I don't know what kind of phone he's using. He says, going from 150 pounds to 180 pounds in just 4 months with juice has made me feel insane. Going from no strength to much more feels amazing. Your novice gains in the gym, guys, that is the closest you're ever going to come to a PED cycle naturally, is your noob gains. If you combine noob gains with puberty, especially if you start training when you're like in your early to mid-teens, yeah, you're gonna get pretty darn strong pretty quickly. So just a heads up for a lot of you young guys, if you're in like high school right now, great time for you to start lifting. It's a great time to start bulking, to start lifting seriously. You have a ton of free time on your hands. Take advantage of it. Okay, he's rocking like a Tony Soprano type of shirt here. This pump cover is $250, and I got it for 19 bucks. Thrift shopping is great. Okay, so he's a conscious consumer. And then here's a picture of him. He's got on sunglasses indoors. He looks like Mick Jagger, sort of. If the training is not good and the eating's not good, and you jump on the PEDs this early, yeah, you got body dysmorphia hitting you like a train. And he also has some reels on his page. Let's take a look at these.
Steroids after 4 months has done this to my back, and I gotta say it's worth it. After doing a bit of research, I found out that steroids actually give you back acne, and it's not great. My back is completely covered in scars, and it feels pretty terrible all the time, but I do like being able to go to the gym more. I finally hit 180 pounds, so I'm gonna keep doing it.
So I did leave a comment on this video. I asked, how bad does your back hurt when lying on the bench? I'm not even trolling, that's a genuine question. He also said being able to go to the gym more. Do you guys comment below, do you guys think this is a PPL bra? You think he's in the gym 6-7 days a week? Would not be surprising.
Steroids have not only made my back look like a bit of strawberry shortcake, but they've also made my shoulders way bigger than my arms. First day I went into the gym is the first day I started doing steroids, and it's not hard to tell. Not because I have any muscle to speak of.
This lateral raise form, guys, I'm going to make a video coming up about lateral raises. This lateral raise form is garbage. He's doing, oh man, he's hunched over, he's doing the shrug thing, his elbows are really bent.
You've probably seen this image going around the internet lately.
He is milking this image out for all it's worth. I get it.
But they didn't just give me irreversible back scars, it also gave me 30 pounds of muscle.
Okay, so he said he gained 30 pounds of muscle from 150 to 180.
Nope.
You definitely did not gain 30 pounds of solid muscle in that time. You can tell by looking at your frame, dude. We have no images of his legs. That's probably intentional. His legs probably aren't very big. I'm sure they're growing to some extent too.
Why I took steroids my first day in the gym. Curiosity. I wanted to know what would happen if you combined beginner gains with steroids. No one's ever done it before.
This is more common than you think. People going on cycle pretty much their first day or their first month in the gym, their first couple months. That is normal. That was never my experience. Whenever I was getting into the gym, I couldn't even tell you where to get PEDs. Nor would I have had the confidence to walk up to the biggest guy in the gym and been like, hey bro, where can I get some tren? That raises another question too. What exactly is he taking? I have no idea what you would even guess, but maybe it's Basic?
I mean, basic.
Okay, I could totally see him turning this into just a way to get views. Maybe Young Ole will sponsor him or some crap like that. Gorilla. He'll probably have a Gorilla Mind code in his bio in the next 2 or 3 weeks. That or HTLT supplements.
Since taking steroids, I've gotten a lot of comments like, all of that just to bench 185. I'll have you know, not only are you wrong, but you're complimenting me, because I bench way less than that. I can now bench 135, and 4 months ago, I couldn't lift the bar, which is a great improvement, but you really should not take steroids when you start working out. But if you're still curious about doing that, then please don't. Just follow me. I'm only going to do this for a few more months, then I'm deleting all of it.
Okay, so he said he's doing it for a few more months, then deleting everything. And based on the amount of attention he's going to get, he probably is going to keep doing it longer. Even if he goes off the gear, he'll probably keep his account. 4 months, he's benching 135. You don't need PEDs to do that. You certainly don't need to get all the side effects. And those dips are definitely way too high. That's one of the reasons your chest probably looks like it does, buddy. Start to get a little bit lower. But I respect him at least for being honest about this, even if his results are going to get him made fun of. Because he could just do the typical route whenever he goes like most of the fake natties and is in his late teens, early 20s, aspiring men's physique or classic physique competitor, but he's lifetime natural bra, Ziz pose bra. It says natural in my bio bra, and I put the Tristyn emoji and the genetics emoji, so I have to be natural because I said it. So it would be interesting for him, I think, if he is willing to do this, to like share the blood work and share how he recovers from the skin problems and everything. Because I'm sure a lot of other guys, even if they don't say it out loud, they do need this type of content because plenty of guys are doing this. Whenever I was an RA in college, guys, I talked to dudes who played high school football that admitted they did cycles in high school football. Sometimes the coach or other members of the staff will even push them to do it. This world is rough out here. But John, if you are watching this video, I will help you get your gains in order, because your form on a lot of these things is whack. Let this serve as an example for a lot of you guys. You're not going to be able to take 1 cycle or 2 cycles and look like Chris Bumstead in a few years. You're not going to look like a fitness model immediately. You're not going to become ultra shredded. You're not going to become the next Tristyn Lee just because you go on a little bit of gear. It doesn't work that way. So if nothing else, I can respect this guy for showing that this is what a lot of people that do PEDs in the average gym, these are the results that they get. But this has been it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Big shout out, as always, to the Patreon supporters and the channel members. Hit me up in the links down below, especially on Patreon, to get in direct contact to improve your own training and eating. And I will catch you guys next time.